instinct versus mastery, personal passion versus a promise, sword versus sword.
Okay, so hello everyone, back again with me Belvago Zanelano, one of the Lex Sambedas member from SMP Veteran Sani 2. And today I will make another video for Lex Sambedas which require me to speak full in English. So the video is about storytelling in English. And disclaimer, in this video you will see me rarely serious, like no gimmicks at all, so just enjoy it, alright? Okay, so the story I will telling you about is the 10th round of Shumatsu no Valkyrie, or Record of Ragnarok in English. Since I will only tell you the 10th round, I will have to explain about Record of Ragnarok first. Okay, so simply Ragnarok is a one-v-one battle between gods and humans to decide that humanity's fates 1,000 years that will become later. The story started with Heimdall, aka the commentator says, "Today's ring is crazy big, right?" Which turns out that the ring for 10th round had been modified to look like Kyoto at the end of the Edo period. He says, for the preparation of the 10th round, the newest battleground is Bakumatsu era, Kyoto. He also says that this is in response where many spectators injured in 9th round. He continued, he says the score currently stands at 5-4, Gods lead. Only 2 more until humanity's complete extinction, and the one who will push them over is the greatest swordsman in Valhalla. He slayed the 8 heads of the serpent Yamata no Orochi, and he also introduced to this world swordsmanship, and the sword he discovered in that serpent was the legendary Ameno Murakumo. With that sword, he slayed countless weak gods out of Takamagahara and became the strongest god slayer in Valhalla. He is Susanoo. The panel showing Susanoo walking through a bridge with a big sword in his right hand. Heimdall continued, and facing him, the human who faced Valhalla's strongest swordsman is none other than this man. Throughout Japan's rich history, there is an era where men burn the hottest. Ideals and sword clashes against one another, and life was scattered like a petal on the wind. The Bakumatsu Kyoto, and amongst all in Bakumatsu, just who is the strongest? Is he Sasaki Tadasaburo, who buried countless ronin? No. Is he Serizawa Kamo, the man called the Tyrant of Bakumatsu? No. Is he one of the 4 slayers who turned the tides of Bakumatsu? Okada Izo, Tanaka Shinbei, Kawakami Genzai, and Nakamura Hanjiro? No. His blade thicker Kyoto and Osaka around with a thick layer of blood and fear, and the wielder, was he a man or a devil? The humanity's strongest manslayer. He is the first captain of Shinsengumi, Okita Shoji. Okita unsheathing his katana at the same time as Heimdall finished announcing him. With this, the 10th round of Ragnarok is begin. Battle begin with Okita dashing to Susanoo with a really high of speed. Just when they entering each other range, Okita suddenly disappear and reappear in the right side of Susanoo, trying to slash him. Just when Susanoo avoid Okita's attack, he already dashing again, using Susanoo's legs as a foothold and trying to slash him again. Even though Susanoo has managed to block the attack and knock Okita through the ceiling, Okita still attacking Susanoo continuously, didn't even give the guard a time to unsheath his sword. It's up until Okita used his signature technique, it's called Sandanzuki, to break Susanoo's sword sheath, revealing the Ameno Murakumo that turns out has been modified just to slay the demon child himself. Now when the sword has been unsheathed, Susanoo starts using his stance. The stance called Shinra Yaoyorozu, and it's a perfect stance, a perfect combination of defensive and offensive style. So the battle continue with Okita and Susanoo exchanging attack. This is crazy fun. The demon child says with a really big smile. He took a really weird stance, walking slowly before dashing. He managed to land a first slash on Susanoo, letting the sword god Susanoo on his knee, and the crowd cheering. Yet Susanoo still be able to stand on his foot. In this moment, we got a flashback of Susanoo's past. Susanoo formerly traveled the world to slay gods and monsters to fulfill his duty as a god, but he just swung his sword. Many years later, Susanoo stumbled upon a village and witnessed a scene that will change his life. He saw two kids and a monster. Just when he wanted to slay the monster, the kid has managed to defeat it first using swordsmanship, leaving Susanoo completely stunned. Susanoo approached the kid asking about swordsmanship. Even though Susanoo is a god of sword, he is not a god of swordsmanship. So the humans is the one to create it. So Susanoo is the first god that wants to be taught from human. And even though Susanoo can use swordsmanship, he still got kicked from Takamagahara because the god thinks learning from a human is embarrassing things to do. Still, Susanoo wandering around the earth to learn all sword style. Back to the future. Susanoo managed to stand on his feet again. He uses another really weird stand. He says to Okita that this attack is his trump card. Okita simply walked to Susanoo while reply, "Sure is an interesting stance. The second I got in your range, I ended up in peace. Too bad you won't land." So, Okita dashing to Susanoo, but he's not planning to attack. What he does, basically just stepping in and out of Susanoo's range. But Susanoo doesn't flinch. He lands his strike even out of his range. But the slash actually land, even though Okita managed to block it. It turns out that the tech named Ameno Megaeshi can create a vacuum blade at the tip of his sword, extending the range. It's something that only Susanoo with Onikiri Ameno Murakumo can do. The strike managed to cut down some houses. Turns out, Okita's left arm injured. If Okita didn't block and avoid the attack in last second, he will truly ended up in pieces. But still, the demon child come back to smiling. He said, "I really am glad I accepted this deathmatch. Thanks to you, I can get even hotter." So Okita's eyes has been redder than usual. At this point, the sword god knew that he woken up the demon child. No, he's woken up the demon himself. Okita led out another dash to Susanoo. Susanoo with the same stance also led out another Ameno Megaeshi, but this time Okita managed to avoid it and close his range with Susanoo. He didn't give him any time or momentum to let another Ameno Megaeshi. Susanoo managed to knock back Okita, but he just simply dashing to Susanoo again. They exchanging attack again. When Okita managed to land another attack on Susanoo, even though Susanoo still managed to take his stand, he lets another Ameno Megaeshi, but this time, the sword aiming straight to Okita Shoji, catching Okita off guard. Even though Okita, after countless brushes again with the God of Death in Bakumatsu era, managed to react and deflect Ameno Megaeshi, Okita says, "Attacking with such a small interval, even I was surprised." Susanoo replied, "It does, decreasing the destructive noticeably. Although the next strike surely decides our fate." And just like before, the one who strikes first is the demon child. He's running around Susanoo. Just when Susanoo lands another Ameno Megaeshi, Okita jumped to dodge. But when he's in the air, the demon child didn't have any protection against the sword god's attack. "This is the end," he said. But before he can let out another Ameno Megaeshi, when everyone thinks it's already over, the demon child is the only one laughing. Back to the future. Heimdall announcing that Susanoo is the winner. All the god spectators cheering for him. But suddenly, Okita, who lay injured on the ground, managed to get up back. "Kondo-san, I haven't fulfilled my promise yet," he exclaimed. "Until I've given absolutely everything. I refuse to meet death. Not this time." We got another Okita flashback. It was at Keiyo 4 or 1868 in Edo period. Okita Shoji, known far and wide as the strongest swordsman in Bakumatsu. However, that year, Boshin War broke out, and the Shinsengumi found themselves in their final battle. As Kondo Isami and the other fought their harshest, they need that sword more than ever. But Okita, he fell sick. He got tuberculosis. Even though in that state, Okita kept wielding his sword, in a hope that someday he will be useful for Kondo and the other. Although that day have never come. Back again to the future, Okita, who stands up, put back his stance. He knows even though he win this fight, he will die. But he says, here and now, I'll give my everything. Shoji eyes now changing. Instead of bright red eyes like usual, it's now blue. It's Shinsengumi's color. Okita Shoji, Shinsengumi's first division captain, is here. He says. Susanoo, who touching this, thanking Okita, because in his entire life, he's seeking for this moment. We also got to see Okita's Valkyrie, Skull Mode. The reason of Okita's changing eyes is because he let all his potential with the help of Skull Mode. Okita then charged in. He used unbelievable kind of speed. He just kept disappear and reappear after a strike. He also led a barrage attack of Tennen Rishin killing blow, a technique that capable to finish your enemy in one strike, with the last attack being Onisume Sandanzuki that managed to break Susanoo's sword, while also damage him. Even though Susanoo's sword is broken, even when everyone in the spectator are cheering up, there is one person who can shake their unease. He was none other than Okita Shoji himself. When the sword got stacked both first hand atop another and raised them to the heaven, it was as he gently grasped the hilt of the sword he should have lost. He takes his usual stance as usual and he swung an invisible sword, when suddenly he caused a miracle. When Okita's left arm and leg suddenly broken, Susanoo say, I have finally reached it, my own sword's peak, my unarmed sword. It was explained that the peak of archery is to shoot without bow and arrow. The peak of fish is to strike without hand, and the peak of sword is to cut without sword. But when a master has mastered this technique, they die. That's also said by Susanoo. So that's the unarmed sword Musouken. That's good. I am only feeling pain. Okita stand up again as both him and Susanoo has decided to end this fight. Susanoo let out another strike with Musouken, which Okita can't block. Just when he about to give up, just when he about to fall, the shot of his Shinsengumi's friend reached him, giving him just enough energy to land his last strike, called Tensho Sandanzuki. It landed on Susanoo, but also caused him to fall. Susanoo stands straight. Just when he want to end this, his body shattered. The damage Okita gave at the last second, and the recoil from the Musouken is enough to knock him down. He vanished with a smile in his face. By that, it's official. The winner of 10th round of Ragnarok is Okita Shoji. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.